Wow, you're welcome to another exciting time in quantitative reasoning class. I am Modupe Olayinka and I'm so happy to have you in today's class. Today we'll be talking about graph in quantitative reasoning. We'll be talking about graph. So I want you to pay attention to the class, get your materials as we'll be doing some workings and calculations together. Now, at the end of this class, you should be able to explain what graph is, and then you should be able to work on graph. You can see the picture of a graph here. Are you seeing it? You can see that there are pictures on it showing us a representation. Now, you say, what kind of pets do you own? So we have different kind of pets now. We have rabbit, dog, cat, goldfish, hamster. Those are the kind of pets we have. You may not understand very well what I am trying to say now, but I will go to the next slide, tell you what a graph is, then as I work on the examples, you will understand better. So come along with me, let's see what graph is. Now, graphs are diagrammatic representations and interpretations of numeric data. Diagrammatic representation and interpretation of numeric data. You represent it on a diagram and you also interpret it on that diagram. That is what it meant, diagrammatic representation. So those data will be represented on the diagram, and then the interpretation will also follow on the diagram. So in a nutshell, we're using pictures to explain data. That is what graph is all about, trying to use picture to explain data. Now, a diagram showing the relation between variable quantities, typically of two variables. Okay, so like I showed you in the previous slide, we have pets down, and if you look at the other side of the picture very well, you will see number of people here, number of people, and then we have pets down. So we have two variables. This is one variable, this is another variable. So a diagram showing the relation between variables, quantities, typically of two variables, each measured along one of a pair of axes at right angles. At what? Right angles. I told you last week when we did angles in mathematics that a right angle is what? Angle that has 90 degrees and is drawn this way. You can see this is a right angle. So this is how a graph is always represented. Sorry for the inaccurate drawing. So this is how the graph is always represented on the right angle. And then we have some variables here and then another variables down here. Okay, that's a graph. Diagrammatic representation and interpretation of numerical data. Now, look at this picture. We have vertical level and horizontal level. Thank God for all those topics and all those things I'm saying. One way or the other, we have taught it in our remote learning classes. I've told you about vertical lines and I've told you about horizontal lines. So we have vertical level and horizontal level. So we have one variable here on the vertical line and another variable on our horizontal line. At the end of the day, we'll draw the graph chart, but I will not be doing the graph charts in today's class. I will introduce the topic to you and then we'll learn how to find relationship between variables on a graph. All right, let's go to the next slide and let's see worked examples. Now I have a worked example here. It says birthday of students by month. Birthday of students by month. That means here on the horizontal level or axis, we have the months, while on the vertical axis, we have the number of students. We have what? The number of students, while on the horizontal level or on the horizontal axis, we have the months. Now in January, you can see number of students, we have 2, in between we have 3, but it's not written, 4, in between we have 5, 6, in between we have 7, 8, in between we have 9, 10, in between we have 11, and then 12. So when you see that a figure is in between, you know it is the figure in between the ones that are written. So in January, we have how many number of children that were born in January? Okay, this is January. And then we have 2 is more than 2, and it's standing here. It's standing in between 2 and 4. So how many number of children do you think is born in January? That will be what? 3. Good. Now let's go to February. February is standing on this lane of 4. Exactly. So we have how many number of children born in February? That will be 4. Then in March, we have this, you trace it down, you see it's 2. Then we have in March, we have 2. And in April, you trace it down, we have 3. And then in May, it's here, you trace it down, you have 8. In June, it's here, you trace it down, you have 10. In July, it's here, we trace it down, we have 6. In August, it's in between 0 and 2, and that is 1. So in August, we have just 1 child born in the month of August. Then in September, we have in between 6 and 8, and that is 7. 7 for September. And then October, we have what? Here, that's going straight down, it will take you to 8. Now, November is coming here, it's going straight down, it will take you to 4. That's 4 children or students were born in the month of November. And in December, we have in between 6 and 8. You trace it down, you have 7. So 7 students were born in the month of December. I hope you can see how it works. So you just trace the horizontal axis to the vertical axis and you get your answer. Okay, if you go to the next box, I was trying to see, okay, January we have 3. So we have January 3. I'll just give you little by little, I will not give you everything. Then February we have what? 4. February we have 4. Then we have March, we have 2. March, we have 2. And like that, I want you to finish it up on your jotter. I told you in math and quantitative class, always come to class with your jotter. So on your own, finish it up and let's see what you have. Okay, I'll go to the next example quickly. It says chocolates that Nina ate. Chocolates that Nina ate. Nina is the name of a puppy or a student. So I want to look at the number of chocolates the child ate in these days of the week. You can see the horizontal axis has days of the week, and then on the vertical axis we have number of chocolates in twos. You can see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There are figures in between also that are missing. So if any of these pictures are in between 2 or 4, you know it's 3. In between 4 or 6 is 5. In between 6 and 8 is 7. In between 8 and 9 is 8 and 10 is 9. And in between 10 and 12 is 11. Now let's quickly go. On Monday, how many chocolates did Nina eat on Monday? Okay, go down, trace it down. We have 8. So on Monday, we have 8. Get your jotter and write along with me. On Tuesday, trace it down. We have 6. So Tuesday, we have 6 chocolates Nina ate. Then on Wednesday, we have 4. So you write Wednesday, we have 4. Then Thursday, she ate 12 chocolates. So we have Thursday 12. Okay, now let's go to Friday. She was able to eat just 2 chocolates. Okay, so we have Friday, she was able to take 2 chocolates. And then coming to Saturday, she took 6 chocolates again. So Saturday, she took what? 6. Then on Sunday, wow, she took 10 chocolates. She took 10 such chocolates on Sunday. Can you see? Monday she took 8. Tuesday she took 6. Wednesday she took 4. Thursday she took 12. Friday she took 2. Saturday she took 6. And then on Sunday she took 10. From this picture we have here, we can actually calculate the number of chocolates she took for a week. So if you ask 8 plus 6 will give us what? 14. Then you come to Wednesday, you add it to it. 14 plus 4 plus 4 will give us 18. Then you come to Thursday. She took how many on Thursday? 12. So 12 plus 18 will give us 30. Then we come to Friday. She took 2 on Friday. So 2 plus 30 that was on ground before will give us 32. Then on Saturday she took 6. Then we have 38. And on Sunday she took 10. We have 48 chocolates she took in all that 1 week. You can see that a graph will give us a picture of what we can actually put down in a lot of figures or letters or words. Okay, let's quickly go to the next example. I have visitors that come to a park in thousands. Number of visitors that come to a park in thousands. So in 1995, 1996, 1997, 98, and 1999. We want to know the number of people, of visitors that come to this park in these years. So on this horizontal axis, we have number of years, and then on this vertical axis, we have number of visitors. So in 1995, who can tell me how many visitors came to the park in 1995? What is the answer? You go there, you have what? 20. So we have, in 1995, we have 20 visitors. Then you come to 1996, you go down, you have 40 visitors. 1996, 40 visitors. Okay, 1997, 60 visitors. 1997, 60 visitors. 1998, 50 visitors. 1998, 50 visitors. Then, if you look at 1999, it's in between 30 and 40, and that's 5. This is 5. So we have 35 visitors in 1999. 1999, we have 35 visitors. From this information that we have here, we can deduce some figures. We can deduce some conclusions. Now we can have a total of visitors that came to the park from 1995 to 1999. For those 5 years, we can get the number of visitors that attend the park for those 5 years. We just added 20 plus 40 will give us 60. 60 plus 60 will give us 120. 120 plus 50 will give us 170. 170 plus 35 will give us what? 502. Give us 205. So we have 205 visitors that visited the park for 5 years. Now we can look at it from the picture again. You can see the year that we have the least number of visitors. That year is what? Which year did they have the least number of visitors that went to the park? That year is, least means the smallest. That year is, okay, we have 20, 60, 40, 60, 50, 35. 20 is the least. So that year is 1995. That was the year that we don't have a lot of visitors at the park. So let's have the year that we have a lot of visitors at the park. Okay, we have 60 being the highest number. So that year is 1997. So you can see that we can get a lot of information from just this graph that we have plotted. Okay, let me give you another example here. It says oil production in recent months. Oil production in recent months. And we have in metric tons here, and we have countries here. We have countries down, and we have the measurements. Now we have Nigeria, Kuwait, Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia. How many countries do you have there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 countries. So what is the measurement of the oil that they produce in the last months or the recent months? Okay, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. In between we can have 5, 1 to 9, 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 1 to 9 in between each of them. So from here we have 1 to 9, 19 to 20, 21 to 29, 41 to 49, 51 to 59, 61 to 69. So let's quickly go to the next slide so that we can get the questions. The first question says, how many metric tons of oil did Nigeria produce? Nigeria. So we go back and find this is Nigeria. So we have 10 here, and then in between 10 and 20 we have what? 15. So Nigeria produced what? 15 metric tons of oil. Okay, let's go back to the next question. Says, how many metric tons of oil did Kuwait produce? Kuwait, we'll go back and look for Kuwait. This is Kuwait. We'll go up, we'll see Kuwait produced 50. So 50 metric tons of oil. Then what is the total amount of metric tons of oil produced by the countries combined? Wow, I think we need to do some little workings there. Nigeria is 15, so we write 15 plus Kuwait is what? Kuwait is what? 50. So we go Kuwait 50. Okay. The next country is Iran. Iran is this. We go down, we stop at 20. So Iran is 20. We go to 20. Then the next country is Iraq. Iraq is in between 20 and 25 and 30. Sorry, so we have 25. So Iraq is 25. So we have 25. And then the next country is Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia produces 30 metric tons of oil. 30. So we have plus 30. If you add it together, let's quickly do it together. On the next slide, 15. 15 plus 50 plus 20 plus 25 plus 30. Please quickly add it together. What do we have? 15 plus 50, 20, 25, 30. I want a fast student to quickly give me the answer. Who has gotten the answer? What do you have? Total? Good. I'm waiting. Total is what? Good. 140. We have 140 as the total. So the question says, what is the total amount of metric tons of oil produced by the countries combined? So we have 140 metric tons of oil. Is that okay? All right. Now let's go to the next question that says, what is the mean oil production of the 5 countries? Mean. Remember I told you in quantitative class, sometimes it goes maybe with 3 or 4, mean, median, and mode. Can you remember what mean is? How do we get our mean? Okay, good. So he wants us to get the mean of the 5 countries. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 countries. So you add the figures together. That's 140. And how many figures are there? How many variables? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you remember how I told you mean at that time, after you have added together, you divide by the number of variables. So we have 5. So you have 140 divided by 5. 140 divided by 5. What do we get? 5 here, 1. 5 and 14, you give us 2. Remainder 4. 5 and 40, you give us what? 8. So your answer is 28. That is the mean oil production of the 5 countries, 28. Now let's go to the last question. Which country is least oil producer in the bar graph? Least. Now least means the smallest. Least means the smallest. So when you look at the picture of the graph very well, you see the country with the smallest, which is what? That is Nigeria. Yeah, Nigeria. So that is Nigeria. Okay. I'm sure you have been able to learn 1 or 2 things from today's class. You have understood very well what I've been able to explain to you in today's topic. I told you before at the beginning that it's going to be very, very interesting. Now, a graph is a picture of one's data. A picture. You picture your data. That is what graph is all about. Graphs are a common method to visually illustrate relationship in the data. You illustrate relationship in data. The purpose of a graph is to represent or to present data that are too numerous or complicated to be described adequately in the text and in less space. So when you see that something is too cumbersome, too numerous, too complicated, you make it explainable in less space. Okay, now let's quickly come to the evaluation page. Let's see what we have been able to learn. Number 1 question says, what is graph? Okay, quickly give me the answer. Diagrammatic representation of. Good. Now let's go to this question that we have here. I'll be using this graph to ask 1 or 2 questions. I'll just ask 2 questions. I want you to give me the answer. The 1st question says, how many visitors visited the park in 1997? 1997. Anybody with the answer? Good. 60. How many visitors visited the park in 1998? Good. 50. Now, how many visitors visited the park in 1997 and 1998? Both years. How many visitors? The 2 years together, add it together. That will give us what? 110 visitors. 110 visitors. Good. Now let me ask the last question from this chart. It says, which year do we have the largest number of visitors? Which year? Which year do we have the largest number of visitors? Wow. Thank you so much. I can see that you have been able to pay attention to the class. That was in 1997. And last question says, which year do we have the least number? I told you about least. Least means what? Good, smallest. Now, which year do we have the least? Which year we have the least? Fine. That was in 1995. Give yourself a round of applause. That was very, very good. Thank you so much for your time and your patience. I will be sending you a class activity tomorrow. Please make sure you do very well so I can get all your scores. Take care of yourself. And don't forget, next week, we'll be having our mid-class test. Mid-class test. And it will be 2 subjects per day. Just wait for it and then make sure you do it very well, because the best people in the class will be celebrated and appreciated. Thank you so much. Bye.